Well, I'm back. It's 5:23 a.m. The sky is trying to get light outside. So, I was able to use the Wi-Fi. So, this was the spot where it was almost exactly 2 years ago. They had these Masonic perps that were older white men who were harassing me and stalking and surveilling and following me around. And even the police officers, they let me charge my phone here. But this place is like it's been a vacant building for a long time. They even have the for sale signs or whatever up on there. And so, I didn't do it intentionally, but they falsely accused me of stealing electricity. I didn't try to do it on purpose, but I was just trying to, charge my phone to stay safe and stuff like that. So they deliberately and on purpose, some kind of way, got the phone thing. The electrical outlet. They some kind of way had the power to turn it off, and they lied and said that they owned this building when they don't. Well, why isn't this building in service if it's if you own it, y'all claim to own it, but gang stalkers, they lie about everything. So other homeless people went to copy off of me and started using that electrical outlet and and see, that's what I mean, like the homeless perp around the corner from on the other side of this building. I was occupying that spot, and then I went to go get my stuff, and then she more like wanted to beat me to it, and then had a cigarette on purpose to inconvenience me and make me feel more uncomfortable. And I felt like, well, I wasn't gonna sit there and argue and fight with her for I don't know how many hours. So I just came over on this side and put a bag, a plastic bag, sitting on this plastic bag, because I stood up for almost 2 hours until I can go get my actual book bag. And I have a plastic bag covering my book bag, to protect it from the rain and stuff, So, but yeah, if the rain doesn't stop, like they said it wasn't supposed to rain until 8 o'clock or something. But if the rain doesn't stop, then I guess I'll leave here, I guess, at 7:15 and take the bus and go where I need to go. And I'm just gonna try to avoid fake crusty Michelle Brooks. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Michelle Brooks instead of Michael, since you wanna be a whole ass female. So yeah, I'm gonna call him Michelle instead of Michael. Since you know the way he acted yesterday, I wish that everything dirty that he did. I wish that it would have been everything would have been put on film. So wow, with these dark clouds make you think it's still nighttime, but then you can see the daytime looking clouds over there. You can see it's it's already started to get light, but they got some very dark rain clouds. But it wasn't supposed to rain until like 8 something this morning, or actually 10 o'clock, and then they pushed it back to 8 o'clock. And then without warning, it just started raining at 3 o'clock exact, and lightning and thundering. And it started to kind of flood pretty quick, but it didn't flood that bad. But I'm cold because of being a little wet. And I heard that there's like a tropical storm watch, like Bonnie or something. And I haven't yet researched this year's hurricane names. But every year they keep on saying, oh, hurricane season is going to be more active. So now I got the time to talk about what happened earlier this week. I don't remember if it wasn't Monday, then it probably was Tuesday when I was at this place to eat. And they had this narcissistic man who was, I think it was the same day I got into that altercation. Yeah, because I had just nothing but a rough day that day. And I got into an altercation with that homeless perp that was wearing a red shirt and had one pants legs up, and I think he was wearing sunglasses or something weird. That was the perp that kept trying to block and invade my space and stuff, and I told him about it. And so then I put him on film because I didn't like the disrespectful, abusive way he was trying to talk to me. So I put that guy on film, and so everybody wanted to falsely say, oh, you're the one who's harassing him. No, I'm just filming his abusive activity, and then he tried to reverse it on, because he knows he's a perp, and so then when I put him on film, oh, stop harassing me, because you were doing it to me before in order for me to put you on film. So so it's like I got all kinds of attacks online because people wanted to falsely say that you're the one that's harassing him, you're the one provoking him, when y'all are ignorant to gang stalking. And as I said, sometimes a perp will do something to you first, and they will slow down or delay my phone like they did yesterday. And then when you're arguing with them, they try to make it look like as if they're the victim and you're the one bothering them. But they did something offensive to you before you started filming and recording. But they've been delaying my phone all week. I almost couldn't get much of nothing. It's just been a whole big time gaslit. But I was able to get some footage. I got a few pictures yesterday. So I got absolutely no sleep last night. So the narcissistic guy, when I went to that place to eat, the guy, what he did was he gave me such a mean look, and he didn't have on sunglasses, and his lips looked identical to Alex Dupree, except he was a whole lot more tan, and he was extremely short, like not that much taller than me, because Alex is like giant. And so so I'm like, oh shit, is Alex harassing me again? So he gave me mean looks looked inside the little eatery, the place I was eating at, looked inside and gave me such a frightening and intimidating, mean ass look, angry, mad look. So I walked outside and I confronted him, and I asked him, why you gave me that mean look like that? And he confronted me. Then he tried to mention something about me sleeping. I was sleep deprived and trying to fight sleep. So I wasn't trying to doze off and sleep on purpose. I kept on trying to fight sleep. And I was so sleep deprived to the point where my mind and my body just started shutting off beyond my control. And I'm like, wow, I would really have a hard time if I was still on psych meds, and psychiatric medications make you sleepy. So I didn't even realize that I was dozing off, and more like blacking out. And so I didn't intentionally lie to him, but I didn't even realize that I was blacking out and dozing off in what they call micro sleeps, and from lack of sleep. And so then I guess my body, my body was, and my mind were just shutting off because of lack of sleep. And then finally, my body just wanted to shut down. So he said, "Oh, it looked like you were sleeping." And I mean, so he falsely accused me of intentionally trying to go to sleep. He's like, you can't go in there and just sleep. And so I said, I didn't go in there and just sleep. I said, I'm actually a customer. You know, I already ate and something. You know, you can sit in there for a couple of hours or a few hours or something, and you know, after you bought something, and you know how it is. So he tried to say, you can't go in there and just sleep. I said, I didn't go in there and just sleep. I said, I'm a customer and I bought something. And so me and him got into an argument. And I said, well, are you the boss here? I said, are you the manager? He said, no, but I work for the owner. I said, yeah, that's what I thought. And so then we argued some more. And then I said, mind your own doggone business. I told him, mind his business and leave me alone. You know, he acted like he thought he was the owner and stuff. You just a doggone cleanup man. You just pick up the doggone trash. You ain't got no big fake authority, you know, trying to puff yourself up. And, you know, and then he tried to say, after I told him to leave me alone and mind his own business, his response was, oh yeah, you keep sleeping in there and they're going to ask you to leave. I'm like, shut up. You know, and then the very next day he was purping with the red shirt. But I don't remember what color shirt he was wearing the day he harassed me. But I almost like, oh shit, Alex again? But no, I don't even know this guy's name and I don't know him. I never in my life saw him before. But he didn't wear any eyeglasses or sunglasses like Alex would do or anything like that, you know. So that's why, like, all these narcissistic, controlling, meddlesome people, that's why I can't get along with nobody, because everybody's very, you know, bossy and controlling and always try to stick their nose in my doggone business. You know? So you ain't the manager, you ain't the owner, you just a cleanup dude. Mind your freaking business. And then he walked effeminate. He walked effeminate and gay too. So then Tuesday, I took the doggone bus, the Route 45, to get to the hotel. And so they had this narcissistic, bullying, lesbian bus driver. It ain't my fault Pensacola is run by homos. So I got on the bus, and they had this lady from Craigslist. I think she told me her name was Kate. And she was on a bus, and she's from Milton, Florida. Or she lives in Milton, Florida. And the Kate lady caught my attention. She, you know, tried to grab my attention. And the moment I got on the bus driver, the abusive, rude bus driver, light-skinned female bus driver, what she did was she got an attitude and rushed me. And as I said, if I haven't and I hardly even ride the bus with this lady, but I remember when it was the beginning of 2020, before MLK, it was before I got wrongfully banned from that Inslee First Baptist Church. Nothing but narcissistic gang stalkers over there. And so they had a lady who tried to pick a passenger who tried to pick an argument with me on a bus. Around the time they were heavily forced urinating me and causing me forced diarrhea and stuff. And some incident happened, I don't remember, but it was a passenger on a bus that was meddling in my business and tried to pick an argument with me. And so me and her got into it. And then the bus driver acted like a flying monkey, the female bus driver that I'm describing. And so She been hateful, like she never gave me a problem before, but she been hateful and abusive and disrespectful towards me ever since that situation. Ever since that incident where maybe I was talking to another bus passenger and the lady butted in, and I don't even remember what the argument was about, but she butted in, and me and her got into an argument because I told her, back off, mind your business, leave me alone. So but anyway, fast forward, it's 2022. It's 2.5 years later since the incident, and that female bus driver still has an issue, don't like me because of that incident. So as I said, the bus driver acted like a flying monkey because she overheard that lady meddling in my meddling in my conversation and try to make me out to look really crazy. And so ever since then, that bus driver, she ain't been nice since. And so she yelled at me and got an attitude with me and rushed me to sit down. Ma'am, sit down so I can move the bus. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just barely got on. So I was forced to sit down and be uncomfortable. And then when I got off the bus, she said, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she treated me like I was really too dumb to know how to put trash in a trash can, trying to tell me that I should put the trash in the trash can on the bus, that I should put it deep down in there. Treating me like I was too retarded to know how to put trash in a trash bin or whatever, And so then, when I was on that bus ride on the way to the hotel, because somebody helped me out 2 nights in a row. Thank you. You know who you are, but you may not even see this video. But so the Kate lady from Milton, she approached me and said, "I'm a big fan of yours." And I'm like, wait a minute. You know me from YouTube? Did you know about my blog, my Ko-fi, YouTube, Twitter? What you mean you're a big fan of mine? So then she told me that she knew me from Craigslist. So she offered for me to come stay by her in Milton. I don't remember if it was 2019 or 2020. But then it was cold in winter, and I think she said she didn't have any air conditioner or something. And then I let her know about the gang stalking. But then, towards the end of the conversation, she started to act like a weird perp, so I cut her off then. Then, when you get a new phone and stuff, people whose number you blocked, they're able to contact you again. So, some kind of way, she reached back out to me somewhat recently and told me that it was somebody in New Orleans that was donating a car. And so she notified me about that, and me and her, and she tried to give suggestions on this place and that place or whatever to go. And then the day that I told her that I was going to go, I thought I was moving back to New Orleans and was going to go by Trisha. And so she said, well, what are you telling me for? And so I blocked her number again. So now she see me on a bus, and I confronted her about that too. She made it like she didn't have much of really any recollection of getting an attitude with me and say, well, whoa, what are you telling me for? When I try to tell her that thought I was moving back to New Orleans, And so I blocked her number because I'm like, well, I don't know, it's just weird. But anyway, when we were riding the bus, and I told her about the bus driver's attitude, and I said, you didn't see that? And she's like, oh, she's just trying to help you, whatever. And then she tried to bully, harass, and lecture me about being so negative. And then told me that God put us here for, I stay away from fake ass people who want to talk about, God put us here for a reason and it wasn't by accident. And then they start to be like a religious narc who start being manipulative and stuff like that. But she made me all kinds of mad, calling me negative and, and then it's like anything positive or good you try to accomplish being a targeted individual, the gang stalker sabotage that. So I wanted to, so this was just all the stuff that I wanted to try to tell y'all earlier this week. That I didn't get to tell y'all. I probably could have told y'all last night, but the Wi-Fi wasn't working at the hotel for the past couple of nights. So I finally got to tell y'all, what I wanted to tell y'all that happened earlier this week. They got stuff biting me up. So, stuff biting me up. So, yeah, that was what I wanted to tell y'all that happened earlier this week, But see, I ask for help when I need help. I don't just, beg all the time. And, as I said, the TI community used to encourage me in 2019, get a GoFundMe and get a PayPal, get a Cash App, and ask for donations and live off of donations because that's what you got to do as a TI, and you can't stay in the same place. You got to keep moving and stuff. So, because I was trying to figure out why and how, and I didn't understand it because I was still somewhat new to the TI community myself. So, me trying to figure things out, and now I understand. So, I was trying to figure out, why was some targeted individuals look like they were in a different city and state every day, and some of them, only one of them, Brian too, would be like seemingly like in a different country every day, but I never saw him beg or ask anybody for no money or anything like that, But I've seen some professed targeted individuals who either disappeared or whatever. They would be like in certain targeted individuals. I'm not the only TI who's been like switching back and forth between the streets and hotels and motels and stuff, but I always talk about how the online gang stalkers, they blocked me from making a living off of my writings and stuff. And it's not fair that they're abusive bullies who try to force me to stop writing just because they personally, I don't even think that they think my writing is horrible or that they don't like my writing. It's just that they're doing this to me because I'm targeted, But then when most people ignore what I wrote and make me feel discouraged or make me feel like I wrote something not good enough or anything. And I told y'all about me being like severely sleep deprived and still try to write anyway. Or they'll sleep deprive me even more when I try to accomplish something. Or they would torture me with directed energy weapons as an electronic ass whipping to force me to stop writing and stuff like that. And then I can't concentrate or focus, and then my writing turns out to not be as great. But but it's like they blocked me from trying to make a living the best way I could. And I can't live or work with people. I need to be by myself, and I'm trying to get permanent housing, a permanent home by myself, and if I can get permanent home, I would like to do work at home or work from home. So I've been hearing a lot in the news lately about the Roe versus Wade being overturned, and I'm not ready to eyewitness any protesting or crazy stuff going on, or mayhem, or whatever crazy wild stuff going on. And more food shortages, inflation, and baby formula shortage, and car safety recalls, or food recalls. Just shortages and recalls, manufactured government shortages and recalls on everything. It's done by design and on purpose. You know, so I'm trying to fight to stay strong. And well, I guess that's all I think I have to say at the moment. It's still somewhat cloudy, but the rain stopped. But as I said, I only ask for help when I need help. And but with the app that I have to try to get hotel room, they're doubling the points, so I should be able to get faster to get a free night, but I'm not there yet. So I remember Days Inn downtown when I had a free night last August, I think or July or August, and they dogged me out real bad with the gang stalking and didn't even let me have the continental breakfast. So the video might cut me off. So thanks for listening. I'll see y'all in a while.